Hi, I'm Samantha McDouglas from thebridgeteachers.com. Come look over my shoulder at a bidding problem. There are lots of different bidding systems, and there are lots of different bidding agreements even within the same system. There is no right or wrong way to have a bidding agreement. It's just what works for you and your partner. Even if your agreements with your partner are different than what I'm showing here, you should still be able to follow along with the video and get some valuable insights for your bidding. It might be worth taking this hand, sitting down with your partner, and determining how you would bid it. We are not going to look at the full hand in this video, as we are going to play it next week. If you want to see the full hand, be sure and tune in to next week's video. Let's go over the auction to this point. Our partner was the dealer. They opened one club showing 3 or more clubs and an opening hand or better. East overcalled one diamond showing 5 or more diamonds and 8 to 16 points. It is now our turn to bid. What would you bid? I would bid 1 heart. On every auction, our first choice is to bid a major, our second choice is no trump, and our last choice is a minor. Since we have a 4-card major here to show partner, we want to do so. 1 heart shows 4 or more hearts and 6 or more points and denies 4 spades. If we had both majors, instead of bidding one of them, we would have used the negative double. Our left-hand opponent passed, and our partner bid 3 clubs. East passed, and now it is our turn to bid. Before we decide what we're going to bid, let's talk about partner's 3-club bid. What does partner's 3-club bid show? All bids describe 2 elements, something about our shape and something about our strength. When we think about partner's shape, what do we know about their hearts? They don't have 4, which means we don't have a heart fit. We can also fairly safely assume that we don't have a spade fit, as it is unusual for partner to open 1 club if they have 5 spades, and we would need 5 spades from partner for us to have a fit. If partner did have 5 spades, they would have bid the spades instead of rebidding the clubs. Our first choice on any auction is to bid a major. Partner didn't bid a major, which means that we don't have a fit in a major. Partner's second choice is to bid no trump. In order to bid no trump in a competitive auction, we need 2 things. We need a stopper in the opponent's suit, and we need the correct point count. When partner skips no trump to bid a minor, this means that they didn't have one of those 2 things. To get more insight, how many points does 3 clubs show? 15 to 17. If partner had bid 2 clubs, this would have been 12 to 14. Instead of bidding 2 clubs, partner jumped to 3 clubs, which shows the next point range up. If 2 is 12 to 14, then 3 is 15 to 17. With 15 to 17 points, partner is actually unable to bid no trump whether or not they have a stopper in diamonds, because 1 no trump would again show a minimum hand of 12 to 14, and 2 no trump would be a jump shift showing 18 to 21. So with 15 to 17 points, that intermediate point range, partner is not actually able to bid no trump. The assumption, of course, is that if partner had a balanced hand with 15 to 17 points, they would have opened 1 no trump. Let's go back to partner's 3-club bid. It's impossible for us to know what to bid if we haven't defined partner's bid. So we know that partner couldn't bid a major because partner doesn't have 4 hearts and doesn't have 5 spades. We know that partner couldn't bid no trump because they had the wrong point count. Partner's last choice is to bid a minor, which partner has done. Most of the time, when opener makes a jump rebid in a minor, it shows 6 or more cards in the minor. Once in a while, partner is stuck and has to do it with 5, so that is worth keeping in mind, but most of the time it shows 6. With all of this in mind, what are we going to bid? 3 no trump. On every auction, we are trying to answer two questions. Where should we be playing? In a major, in no trump, in a minor? And how high should we be playing? Can we get to game? Can we get to slam? When we add our points to partners, do we come up with enough for game? Probably. And you're right. It's not for certain. We have 9 points. So if partner has 15, we don't have the 25 that we need for game. But if partner has 16 or 17, we do. Now this auction is so high that we can't invite partner. We have to either go or not go. When we find ourselves in this situation, we want to choose what is more likely. In other words, is it more likely that we have enough for game, or is it more likely that we don't? You probably already guessed that it's more likely that we do because my earlier answer was 3 no trump. But let me walk you through why I say that. Partner has a 3-point range, 15, 16, or 17. We are going to add our points to each of those numbers. If 2 out of the 3 numbers are enough for game, then it is more likely that we have enough points for game than it is that we do not. If 2 out of the 3 is not enough for game, then it is more likely that we don't have enough for game than it is that we do. In this case, when we add to 15, we don't come up with enough for game. But when we add to 16 or 17, we do. This means that 2 out of the 3 possible scenarios, our partnership has enough for game, making it more likely that we have enough than it is that we don't. We wouldn't want to bid 5 clubs here because if we bid 5 clubs, we have to take 11 tricks. You very rarely want to play in 5 of a minor. You're much better off trying to make 3 no trump. In general, 3 no trump is a much easier contract to make. We aren't worried about the diamond suit because no matter what happens in diamonds, we can take at least 2 tricks. And probably, if East has the queen, we will actually be able to take 3 diamond tricks. Is it certain that we're making this contract? No, not at all. But when you bid game, or a small slam, you want to be in a contract that has a 50% chance to make. It doesn't need to be certain. If half the time you are making the contract, then that is a good bid to have made. It is very important to bid your games when you can, when there is a good chance, at least a 50% chance that you can make the game. Bidding games is how we get a great score. When you cannot invite your partner because it is too high and you need to know whether they're at the top or the bottom, add your points to each of theirs and determine if it is more likely that the partnership has enough or that they do not. Go if it's more likely, and don't go if it's not. If you want to see all 4 hands, be sure to tune in next week when we watch North play 3 clubs. Thank you. Enjoying these videos? Stop by our website and sign up for our newsletter so you can also enjoy our Hand of the Month.